this channel. Finally, the time has come when we are going to have our discussion on understanding the yearly planetary movements in the year 2021. After whatsoever we have faced in this particular year, where we are moving ahead with this hope that 2021 is not only going to put an end to all of our miseries, but also make us open towards all the opportunities. So what I'm going to do in this video is that I've already uploaded a video where I have explained you the planetary influence in the form of numerological numbers. How could we decode the energies of 2021 as per our personal year? If you want to get a clarity, you can also watch that video as well. I'm going to mention the link of that previous video in the description box of this video. And in this video now we are going to focus only on the astrological planetary involvements and contribution to the year 2021. So guys, I'm going to divide this video in two parts. First part, which is going to remain common for all the 12 ascendant natives, where I'm going to explain you the major transit movements which is going to happen in the year 2021. And in the second part, we will try to understand what 2021 is going to bring specifically for you. Whatsoever planetary transit movements we are going to discuss in the first part of this video, how is it going to affect you as per your ascendant in a very customized way. So okay guys, let's just start our discussion on understanding the major planetary movements in the year 2021. It's very simple. Whenever we have to look at any particular year's theme, we always give emphasis and more emphasis to the slow moving planets, because they have the capacity to bring a major change in our life, to lay foundation to something very substantial which we want to achieve. So from this particular perspective, we generally give emphasis to the transit of the planet Saturn, because Saturn stays in one zodiac sign for around 2.5 years. Second priority always goes to the nodes Rahu and Ketu, because they also stay in one sign for nearly 1.5 years of time. Then the third priority goes to the planet Jupiter, because Jupiter's stay also stays in one sign for near about 10 months to 1 year of time. So first we are going to discuss how Saturn's going to behave in the year 2021. Now just because I have already explained it to you that Saturn generally stays in one sign for nearby around 2.5 years of time, but behind each zodiac sign in our Vedic astrology, which is very comprehensive, which is very layered and detailed, behind each zodiac sign there is the energy of 3 asterisms, 3 nakshatras, which provides their energy, their contributing qualities to the functioning of that zodiac sign. So guys, in the year 2021, Saturn is majorly going to spend most of his time even behind the Capricorn in the Shravan Nakshatra. Now you need to understand first what are the underlying qualities of this asterism, this nakshatra, which is going to influence the behavior of the Saturn, which in a way is going to affect all of us. So I mean to say, whenever we have to talk about the Shravan Nakshatra. So see, Shravan is a nakshatra which is being ruled by the planet Moon. Shravan is a nakshatra which lies in the core of the Capricorn zodiac sign. Now Capricorn has a region from 10 degrees to 23 degree 20 minutes. Whenever we have to talk about Capricorn, the first thing which comes to our mind is about organizational skills, about very career driven approach. So I mean to say, all of these qualities which you must have heard or which you must associate with Capricorn zodiac sign underlies and get kind of compact in the functioning of this Shravan Nakshatra. So the way it has been described in our Vedic scriptures is that just because the ruling deity of this star Shravan is Lord Vishnu, which in itself is a preservator, and the goddess Saraswati, which represents all form of knowledge, all form of wisdom, all form of learning. So the thing is, in the functioning of this Shravan Nakshatra works in a way where a lot of emphasis is being given to your discipline and moreover and your capability to access all the form of wisdom and knowledge around you. So a lot of emphasis is being attached to the listening. So now what is going to happen is that in the year 2021, when Saturn will be transiting this Shravan nakshatra, it is good in a way that, for example, rather than being very acting like someone who is bit nonchalant, who is not very concerned, or who is kind of bit unconcerned about the wise advices of the other people, your behaviors, your endeavors have to be receptive enough in order to understand the goodness, the wisdom around you. You have to be, get into that meditative stance where you have to listen to your inner voice. I mean to say, guys, had there been a planet like Mars, if it will be transiting this asterism, which all about sharing of the knowledge, being accessible to the knowledge, then we could have said that for Mars, being proactive could reap you the results. But for a planet like Saturn, which in itself represents discipline, being passive qualities, the transit of Saturn in this Shravan nakshatra could be looked at from the perspective that this year, something concrete is definitely going to happen in your life. Some good opportunities you're definitely going to invite in your life, even from the meditative and the spiritual elevation. This year is definitely going to be very, very eye-opener for you. But the only thing is that you have to remain open towards listening to the wise counsel around you. So this is something, guys, which you can associate as the behavior and functioning of Saturn in the year 2021. Now the most important part is that, see, the first charan or the pada of Shravan is being ruled by the Aries Navamsa, which is all about logic, career oriented drive approach. You can associate with it. The second pada of Shravan nakshatra is about the Taurus Navamsa, where the emphasis is put forth more on the organizational skills, about fixity in your your approach towards the fulfillment of your goals. But the most important part is that, and where Saturn is going to spend a majority of its portion of time in the year 2021, that is going to be in this Shravan's third pada. So now third pada is being ruled by the Gemini Navamsa, where a lot of emphasis is being given on the communication, about the resourcefulness, about acquiring new skill. And this time period is going to be from the month of April to the month of July. In the month of June and July, Saturn is also going to go retrograde, but it is going to stay in the Shravan nakshatra's third pada. So I mean to say, guys, this is going to be a time period where you can encash a lot from Saturn's transit in this Shravan nakshatra. Not only that, guys, even while taking out the auspicious timings, it is being believed that any task undertaken or started in the time of predominance of Shravan nakshatra goes towards the successful final completion. So a lot related to permanent victory, laying foundation for something concrete, substantial in your life, can be associated with the transit of Saturn in the Shravan nakshatra in the year 2021. Let's move ahead, guys. The next slow moving planets which is going to impact our lives due to its transit in the year 2021, which is important to study, is the planet Rahu. Now the case with Rahu is that whithersoever Rahu transits, basis your ascendant, it is being seen and it is being observed that certain degree of luck can be experienced in that particular house. Sudden thrust of fascination, obsession towards the signification of the house has been observed in the lives of many people wheresoever Rahu is being transiting in their house from the ascendant. So I mean to say, guys, in the year 2021, Rahu is majorly going to transit even within the Taurus zodiac sign, where it is transiting currently in the Rohini nakshatra. So a major like 3/4 of its time in the year 2021, it's going to be spent in the Rohini nakshatra. Now you need to understand the qualities which gets represented by Rohini. Rohini is a nakshatra which is being ruled by the planet Moon. Rohini represents all kind of civilization, production, allure, charm, good interpersonal skills. So I mean to say, Rahu, which in itself represents materialistic desires. Rahu has got that insatiable appetite. And at the time when I made a video on understanding the result of Rahu's transit in this Taurus zodiac sign, I already explained it to you people that this transit is actually going to invoke and encourage Rahu to attain the financial and materialistic desires which it always craves for. So I mean to say, in this Rohini Nakshatra, Rahu's energy is going to manifest in the form in the year 2021, where native is definitely going to make himself or herself financially stable, financially secure, and lot of efforts will be put forth in the form of attaining luxury or in the form of attaining comforts in the life. This is something which you can see as a form of probable results for Rahu's transit in the Rohini Nakshatra, which is going to remain from the month of February till the month of October. You can attach it with that. And when we talk about the Kritika Nakshatra, where Rahu is going to stay only for the 2 months in the November and December, there could be a little bit of the turmoil and the clash of energies, because Kritika is a nakshatra which is being ruled by Rahu's enemy Sun. And the second thing is that Rahu's way of functioning has got little bit of the wheel of illusion in it. There is little bit of the manipulation, there is little bit of the diplomacy in it. But when we talk about the functioning of Kritika, there is a very on your face approach, because of which there Rahu's functioning, Rahu's plans could get into bone of contention. But apart from that, for the major and the majority of the year of 2021, Rahu's transit in the Rohini Nakshatra could be seen as a very good sign for all the people who are connected with the fields of import and export, anything related to travel business, anything related to financial markets, anything related to art and mass media business. All these people can straight away get benefited because of the Rahu's transit in the year 2021 in the Rohini Nakshatra. Let's move ahead, guys. If you need to understand the transit of Ketu in the year of 2021. So as you people know that Ketu will be transiting in the sign of Scorpio throughout the year 2021. Now it is very important because whichsoever house Ketu transit from your ascendant, it has the capacity to bring lifetime changes in the signification of that house. Any form of churning out, all form of transformation, being and becoming perfectionist in the signification of the house where Ketu is transiting from your ascendant, all of that remains possible whichever time Ketu is transiting in that particular house in your chart. Now the second thing is that behind the Scorpio zodiac sign, Ketu will be transiting in the nakshatra of Jyeshtha and in the nakshatra of Anuradha. Now you need to understand that Jyeshtha is a nakshatra which is being ruled by the planet Mercury, where a lot of emphasis is being given to attaining power, attaining some leadership role, proving your supremacy in the society. So I mean to say, let's say for example, if in the year of 2021 you are running the fortunate time periods, Dasha period, which signify some kind of attainment of power. So the transit of Ketu could promise you that. And along with that, when Ketu will be transiting the Anuradha Nakshatra from the month of July till the month of December. So Anuradha represents all kind of friendly endeavors, becoming a part of the group and attainment of your goals in a very amiable way. And you cannot even ignore the fact that Anuradha is a nakshatra which is being ruled by the planet Saturn, which is definitely going to be very empowered in this particular year's transit. And last, guys, if you need to understand the transit of Jupiter throughout the year of 2021, so I've already uploaded a video where I've explained that Jupiter will be transiting in the signs of Capricorn and Aquarius throughout the year of 2021. So till the month of April, it will be transiting in the zodiac sign of Capricorn. Then from April till the month of September, it will be transiting in the sign of Aquarius. From September to November, it will transit back to the Capricorn, and finally in the month of November, it is going to move ahead in the sign of Aquarius. Now the good part about this transit is going to remain that Jupiter's optimism might get suppressed, might get completely surrendered to the power and the disciplined streak of Saturn at the time when it is going to be transiting in the sign of Capricorn, being conjunct with already placed strong Saturn over there. But once it is going to move to the sign of Aquarius, that could be seen as a very fortunate time in working hard towards fulfillment of your goals, of your desires, along with becoming a part of the larger groups. You can look at it from that particular perspective as well. So this is something, guys, which I wanted to tell you and share a sneak peek of the planetary general movement in the year of 2021. Now we will try to understand by making a blend of all of these planets that what kind of results they are going to bring in our lives in the year of 2021. Okay friends, now we will try to understand the impact of planetary transits in the year 2021 specific to your ascendant. So the trick is very simple. Whenever we have to do the yearly predictions, we always look at the condition of the slow moving planets, out of which Saturn gets our maximum attention in transit because it's Saturn only which has the capacity to bring something substantial in your life in its yearly transit. So I mean to say, in this whole year of 2021, Saturn will be transiting in your second house in the zodiac sign of Capricorn, and the major portion of this year behind Capricorn, Saturn will be transiting in the Shravan Nakshatra. So second house tells about the matters of your finances. It tells about your attitude towards finances. So Saturn, which in itself represents structure and stability, so Saturn's transit in your second house can be seen as very positive, with this perspective that Saturn can actually bring structure and stability in the matters of your finances. I mean to say, because of these tumultuous and vulnerable times of pandemic and COVID-19, all of our financial state and affairs have gone to a toss. So I mean to say, if you have been unfortunately, if you have been a victim of all these kind of situations and scenarios, if you have been at the receiving end of this pandemic, so Saturn can actually bring structure and stability in your financial affairs. Now the second thing is that Saturn also represents all kind of slow moving things, all kind of success which is derived after going through hard work, slow and a hard work of so many long span of time. So I mean to say, from the second house, Saturn is also expecting your 11th house of wish fulfillment, of all kind of supplementary income. So I mean to say, this year could also be seen as very positive for you for making any investments. And the good part here is that I'm not looking at the as per the transit you getting vulnerable in getting entangled in any kind of wrong investments. From the planetary transits and the alignment, it looked like that your money is actually going to root through some very fruitful and good investments. So from that perspective, this year could be seen as very positive for you. Now one more thing is that, see, second house also tells about your values, about your ethics. It also tells about your family ties, all those people who are very close to you. Now this could be a loyal servant, this could be very close friend. So like all the close and near dear people we see from the second house. So I mean to say, just because Saturn will be transiting in the Shravan Nakshatra, so it is very important for you to pay heed to what your near around people have to say in any of your life's important decisions. And let's say, for example, even if you have to take any suggestion, expert opinion from your family members while investing your money in the matters of your money management, so try not to curb those intentions. So take their advices, what do they have to say. So from that angle, this could be seen as a very promising transit for you people. See, this year's transit can actually be looked at very promising for all those people who are engaged in, for example, you have your own business, you are in the fields of real estate, construction, technology, engineering fields, or let's say, for example, you are an architect, you are a city planner, anything with this intention of beautifying things. Because in the original Kalpurush Kundli, second house belongs to the Venus's zodiac sign of Taurus. So I mean to say, all these people can benefit this year. Now let's move to the next planet, slow moving planet. So if you have to see the contribution of Jupiter this year as per your ascendant, so Jupiter is a very important planet for you, because Jupiter is not only your ascendant lord of your ascendant means your health, your personality, your overall life force, and it also rules your house of happiness, inner contentment. So Jupiter being debilitated in the second house, completely surrendering to the unrelenting streak of Saturn just tells about you have to keep your degree of optimism very high at guard and protected this year. Try not to get yourself undermined by the opinions of other people. And the second thing is that just because Jupiter is debilitated in the second house, so in the matters of finances as well, try to remain bit optimistic rather than becoming very quick to coming to any conclusions. I'm sorry, whether it's about while dealing in the matters of finances or whether it's about while dealing in any of the important family decisions, family matters. Moving ahead guys, when Jupiter will enter your third house, like for example from the months of April till the month of September and November onwards, when Jupiter will enter your third house, that time period could be actually seen as very positive for you. That let's say for example, the time period when Jupiter has remained in your second house, your optimism, your health concerns have, if they have taken a negative toll, if they have got affected, so once Jupiter will enter your third house, you are actually going to get the support of very within your friend circle, you are going to get the support of very positive, very encouraging people. Along with that, short journey travels, that time period could also be very beneficial for all those people who are connected to the matters and the professions of third house, sales, media, marketing, content creation, writers, so they can also benefit during the time when Jupiter will enter your third house. And little bit of the short journeys can also be seen, and your efforts can actually create some good results in the form of some good career driven opportunities as well. So that time period could be seen as very beneficial from the months of April till the month of September. And let's try to understand guys how Rahu and Ketu are transiting this year to your ascendant. So that's very simple. This whole year Rahu will be transiting in your 6th house. See, 6th house is Upachya Bhav. The transit of Rahu in the 6th house being a house of challenges, being the house of debts, enemies, is considered as very auspicious because Rahu gives you that kind of street smartness, how to handle these kind of threatful situations. Along with that, it has been generally seen that the transit of Rahu in the 6th house makes someone and encourages someone to do hard work. It also instills the qualities of fearlessness while handling the matters of 6th house. Now that just because the thing is Rahu is going to be transiting in the zodiac sign of Taurus, which is considered as a very good placement for Rahu to extract the material and financial results whichever house it will be transiting. So let's say for example, for all those people who are somehow connected with the technology field, IT field, health industry, any of the health and therapeutic industry, so these people can actually get benefited. Let's say for example, even if you are a gym trainer, you have your own gym, you belong to any of the health and fitness industry, so this time period can actually be seen as very beneficial for you. Along with that, all those people who work as a arbitrator, even the lawyers, they can also benefit during this time period. Now the second thing is that behind this Taurus zodiac sign, Rahu will be transiting in the nakshatra of Rohini. So Rohini represents all kind of beautiful things, so all kind of elegance, luxury, comforts. So one thing which I want to tell you over here is that, see, Saturn in itself is transiting in your 2nd house. Saturn just wants you to be frugal, be bit miser in the matters of finances. So let's say for example, if from the 6th house you kind of got tempted to any of the beautiful things, all those kind of things which are beyond your budget, and let's say for example, if you go heavy on your credit card in order to have that luxury which you otherwise cannot afford, so in that case debts can also trouble you, whether in the form of you have to understand the kind of confusion and the problems which Rahu can create from the 6th house, or the problems or the restrictions which Saturn could create from the 2nd house of your finances. So that you have to make a healthy balance over there, how much your pocket is allowing and how much is justified to go heavy on your credit card. And the second thing is that the transit of Ketu in the 12th house is considered as very beneficial. See, for any of the spiritual elevation, any of the matters of spirituality, getting mantra siddhi, getting attuned with your divine, so any of the spiritual religious practices, transit of Ketu in the 12th house is considered as very auspicious. Rather, I would advise you during this time, even spending time in little bit isolation, being alone can actually give you power, potential and access to develop your latent talents. So that is something which I want to advise you. Transit of Rahu and Ketu in any case is very beneficial for you, and this is something, guys, which I wanted to tell you as how the slow moving planets are contributing this year as a broader theme for this year of 2021 for all of you people, for all the Sagittarius Ascendant people. Now we will try to start taking up each category one by one. So the first category is we will try to figure out what is happening at your career front this whole year. So now for any of the concerns of your career, we give attention to the state and quality of your 10th house, which tells about your career, your ambition, professional aspirations, all the authority people you deal with. We look at the condition of the 6th house, which tells about your daily work life, and we also look at the condition of your 3rd house, which tells about your valor, your courage, the efforts you put, your capacity to bring a change in your life by your own self-initiated efforts. So I mean to say, guys, what is happening this year is that I'm not seeing you vulnerable in any way by not able to put hard work or refraining from doing strategic and hard work. So from that perspective, this year seems to be very beneficial for you because Saturn is already transiting your 2nd house. So somehow you are definitely going to have heightened interest, and you are actually going to give attention to what exactly is happening at your financial front, which is actually going to, so a true insight into the matters of your finances can actually motivate you to work hard to achieve your career goals. And let's say, for example, if you are in any case connected with the prospects of the 2nd house, so you can directly get benefited. So I mean to say, transit of Rahu in your 6th house, a strengthened Saturn in your 2nd house, and with its aspect looking at your 11th house can be considered as a very beneficial transit alignments for your career success. And not only that, Rahu is not only strengthened in your 6th house, rather from there with its 5th aspect, it is also looking at your 10th house. So I mean to say, Rahu is not only going to make you fearless, motivate you to work hard, but also whatsoever you are going to do from the matters of your 6th house, it's actually going to reflect in the form of success in your 10th house as well. So I mean to say, I'm not seeing any vulnerability in the concerns of your career this year. Let's try to figure out what is the tarot card I have received for this category of yours. Guys, one more thing, whatever I tell you from tarot, do not look at it as precise answers to that matters of your life. Look at it as a divine instructions, the approach, the attitude, the strategy which you need to follow. So the card, guys, which I received, that is the it straight away came out to be the major arcana card. So the card is the Lovers card. So guys, it's a very positive card to be coming for the concerns of your career. This card in itself tells about that you are actually going to work in a very positive, very healthy, very amicable, very encouraging and supporting environment this year. Like, let's say, for example, you might get very supporting team in the form of your subordinates, or you might get very supporting, very acknowledging bosses, authority figures. Let's say, for example, if you are in your own business, you are like self-employed, so you will get very positive clientele or all kind of healthy positive environment at your work front. We can foresee from the card the energy which I have received over here. Now moving to your next category. Now next category is going to be of the matters of your finances. Now, as you know, for any of the concerns of your finances, we give attention to the state and condition of your 2nd house, which purely tells about your finances, and we also look at the condition of your 11th house, which tells about all kind of supplementary income, secondary source of income, all kind of opportunities. So what I'm seeing over here is that, guys, it's very simple. Your 11th house and your 2nd house is actually being completely controlled by Saturn. Saturn is not a very difficult planet for you, although it has the rulership of one Marak Sthan, but at the same time it doesn't have any rulership of any Dushtana Bhav for you. So I mean to say, Saturn's transit in your second house and Saturn's aspect on your 11th house can actually give you and bring stability in the matters of your finances. So let's say for example, all those people whose financial state has been going through ups and downs can experience stability, and rather not only that, paying heed to your financial state, investing your money, saving your money. So this year could be seen as very promising for the matters of your finances. The cards, guys, which I received are, the first card came out to be the Six of Cups, which came out to be reversed. So Six of Cups card, whenever it is reversed, this card just tells about that, you have to be a bit practical, try not to be dependent on other people. Like, I mean to say, your Saturn will be transiting in the nakshatra of Shravan. You have to pay heed and attention to other people's advices, but at the same time, you do not have to get completely dependent on other people. That's one thing which I want to tell you. And along with that, see, a Six of Cups card reversed also tells about this thing, that Saturn is strengthened in your second house. Second house, along with the matters of your finances, also tells about your close-knit family members as well. So try not to offend any of the near and dear person just for the sake of the money this year. That's one thing which I want to advise you. And the major arcana card, guys, which came out to be the Tower card. So the Tower card is, again, guys, it's a upright card. It is just again giving us, both of the cards are giving us this indication only that the family camaraderie, family harmony needs to be given attention. Let's say for example, if you like prioritized money only, or running after money only, or any of those like people, like for example, a strengthened Saturn in the second house also tells about all those people are engaged in their family business. So I mean to say, try to keep the matters and the harmony of the family separate from your financial aspirations, financial chase. If you will try to blend both of them with a very like unscrupulous intention, or not able to handle them properly, then this kind of situation could erupt, where both the people have to jump out of the tower because it has got so heated up. So you have to understand that every of our action has certain consequences. So moving to the third category, guys, the third category is going to be of your relationship aspect, like for any of the concerns of your, how much support you're going to get in your interaction in the world this year. We always look at the condition of the original air houses in our chart, like third house, which tells about your interaction within your siblings, within your neighborhood. Seventh house, which tells about your interaction with your life partner, with public, world at large. And 11th house, which tells about your interaction with large group networks, club memberships and all. So I mean to say, guys, this year if you have to see, so the one thing which I want to tell you over here is that like when Jupiter will come to your third house from the time period of April till the month of September, and then November onwards, that time period could still be seen as very promising for you for socializing. But apart from that, what is happening over here is right now that this time looks like to be more driven towards financial management, financial saving, and energy is more positive towards your career aspirations, career chase. Apart from that, see, I'm not seeing any vulnerability in the form of any love, romantic relationship. Those things can materialize this year for you. But apart from that, in the matters of your general dealing, I'm not seeing much of the support coming your way compared to the kind of support which you get from people who are directly connected with your work life, or who are a part of your family. So work and family can benefit you more this year, rather than just socializing with casual acquaintances. That's one thing which I want to tell you, and I've already explained. For the prospects of love, romantic relationship, this year is still considered as very positive energy for, let's say for example, all of those who are single, eligible bachelors. So some positive energy in the relationship front can bloom this year. The cards, guys, which I received, so the first card, guys, which came out to be the Seven of Cups, which is reversed. So this card had been upright. This card would have said and indicated that you are vulnerable to unrealistic dreams, unrealistic aspirations, meeting all those people who do not have any solid foundation to what they speak, what they present. But just because this card is reversed, So this card is just giving us this indication that you're not vulnerable to running into all those people who will just sell you something pompous, something baseless. So that kind of vulnerability is not happening because of the energy of this card. The second card, guys, which came out to be the Seven of Wands. So this card just tells about that even on the relationship front. So for any of the relationship to work out for you, now whether it could be some cherishable friendship, whether it could be in the matters of love, romantic relationship, you need to keep on putting efforts. And there could be all those kind of situation where you need to face some kind of opposition as well, because of the choices you will make, the people you will support or the people you will be with. So because of that, just to prove your stance, just to prove your your liking or your opinions, you need to fight the opposition as well. So just try to remain open to that as well. The third card, guys, which came out to be the Ten of Wands. So this card just tells about, I'm not seeing you getting too much burdened by the responsibilities which comes because of your dealings with other people. So this card is just because it is reversed, it is not creating that kind of energy. And the final major arcana card, guys, which came out to be the High Priestess card. So the High Priestess card reversed is not a very good energy. This card just tells about kind of secrecy, secrets, and little bit of the hidden agenda and hidden intentions. So the only thing which I want to advise you over here is that try to remain very practical while dealing with people. Try not to be very unrealistic while dealing with people, like in whatsoever scenario or situation you will be in, like whether in the form of going on a prospective match, to meet a prospective match on a date, or whether in the form of socializing with your work colleagues, or any of your interactions, any of your socialization needs to be taken care with lot of contemplation and lot of scrutiny. And guys, the final category is for the students, like all those people who are just going through school and academics. So what kind of energies we can look for you? So guys, I'm not seeing you vulnerable this year, just because second house tells about your values. Saturn is strengthened over there, and Rahu is also strengthened in the sixth house of competition. So for all those people who are going to appear in any of the competitive exams, or even for the students, this year is actually creating good energy. Like this could happen that your parents might create a very strict or disciplined environment at home front, that you might not get a chance to hang out much or spend more time on television, games, mobile phone. So I'm seeing a very strict and disciplined environment which your parents are going to create for your good academic success. The cards which I received, okay, that's just the one major arcana card. So the card which came out to be the Hierophant card. Now the Hierophant card came out to be a bit reversed. So this card is just giving us this indication that had this card been upright, this card would have indicated about following the custom, following the rules, following the norms. But just because this card is reversed, so it just tells about you have to be open to new ideas, open to new form of learning. So whatsoever revolutionary way you could think about, you can come up with in order to strengthen your academics, your preparation, your training, your studies. So this is something which this card is indicating, that try to think little bit unconventional and out of the box for your academic success this year. So this is something, guys, which I wanted to tell you as a part of a broader yearly 2021 theme for you people. Once again, thanks a lot for watching this video. I pray to Lord Shiva that Lord Shiva's grace, blessing shall always shine upon you. All of your wishes shall come true this year. Thanks a lot.